Tuesday. I am here today because I have something else going on in the morning times. I'm taking my son to school in the morning times, and so I'm going to be later. I won't be this late, but today was time doing it. So I'm here. I'm having lunch. I'm having corn chips. I've been making corn chips. Like I cut these from the corn and corn chips, and I made some guacamole and a corn tamale with black beans. So that's what I'm having. Mm, and it is good. mm. I get these corn tamales from the farmers market on Sundays. I try to do most of my shopping at the farmers markets because when I shop at the farmers markets, I get to meet the growers. The food that I'm eating is the food that's in season. So interesting when I started learning how the grocery stores sort of worked, and I started realizing, like, oh, because we shop in grocery stores, we don't have a relationship with the seasons because apples are in the grocery store all year long and oranges are in the grocery store all year long. But that's not natural. That's sort of against nature. And when we eat according to the seasons, we actually create more health and wellness in our bodies. So the farmers market helps with that. It helps with the fruits that are in season, the vegetables that are in season. And for people who eat meat, at the farmers market I go to, there are like people there um, who actually treat their meat more humanely. And so it's a really good thing to even buy your meat at the farmers market. It's more expensive, but it's actually a good thing to do. There's also something else about the farmers market that I appreciate. Community, friends, like people that you get to actually that you live near, that you get to shop with and spend time with. The farmers market is a really great way. And many years ago, I lived with my sister-in-law. Her name is Clemence Gossett, and she is a pastry chef, and she's a French pastry chef. And she was married to my ex-husband's brother, and and when I started living with her, we used to garden together and plant fruit trees and all, like we were growing strawberries and all sorts of things. And so she really changed my life because she helped me really see how important it is to learn how to garden and to eat in a way where we're growing foods and we're eating foods. Like that kind of stuff is really, I just found it to be really healing to my system. And I highly recommend it. Um, like I said, I've been cooking chips lately though, because I love, like, I'm from Los Angeles, right? And Los Angeles is just Mexico. Um, but they call it Los Angeles, but it's really Mexico. And there is a taco stand on every corner, and I love chips and guacamole. Like I just love chips and guacamole. And recently I saw a video of somebody making their own chips. So I've started making my own chips. They are so good. Oh my God, they are so good. Hey Renika, how you doing, darling? So today is a Mars day, and Mars is in Capricorn. So Mars is about our will. It's Mars is so significant. Mars is about your will, it's your body. Mars is the energy that moves you, that propels you into action. Mars is about assertion and action. Mars is the masculine reality. And there's that book that says women are from Venus and men are from Mars. And there is absolutely no truth to that. Let me say that there is no truth to that in literal form, because we all have a Mars and a Venus inside of us. We all have a masculine and a feminine within us. And Mars is currently in Capricorn. And so Capricorn is about our systems, our structures. Capricorn is the energy that governs external authority. And Pluto has been there since 2007. It's going to be leaving in the next couple of years and going into Aquarius. But Pluto is while we're in this Pluto return right now, we're having the Pluto return. It started exact on the 20th, and we're going to have three Pluto return experiences. And what is happening is that external authority, the things that we've been giving our power to, that those things are beginning to break down, and we're having to bring our power back to ourselves. So Mars is our body, our assertion, our authority, our will. I'm sorry, they're fixing the apartment next door. Hold on. Okay, thank you. Our will, right? And so, like, so the will is your solar plexus, how you will things. And people who exercise, they always say the abdomen, the solar plexus is the center, right? So your will is the center of your life, how you will yourself into existence. I will do this, I will do that. Like, that is a power, that is actually an energetic, that is a part of your human beingness that moves you and propels you into action. And with Mars and Capricorn, it's important for us to begin to bring our will back to ourselves and to understand one of the most important things that I have discovered in astrology is comparing the reality that we live in, which is a big Disneyland. Like, so America, all of these systems are big Disneylands, right? Because what happens is the universe will align to anything you give it, because the universe reads your signature, it reads your frequency. And so as the system that we're in comes undone and we move into the age of Aquarius, Aquarius is about your individuality, your uniqueness. And all the things that we have aligned to in this system, the laws, this is legal, this is illegal, this is good, this is bad, spiritual, the things that we've aligned to around religion. A woman should behave this way, a man should behave this. All of those things are made up things. They're actually all fucking made up. None of it is real, because it was necessary for us to adhere to it in the system. But according to the universe, in the universe, there is, this stuff doesn't make any sense. So according to the universe, like, I'm going to just use this one because it's one that always comes up for me. There's nothing you can do that will make yourself a slut or a whore. That those are constructs that we created and we adhere to because of a desire to belong, right? Because of because of mechanisms of control. But the universe has none of that going on. So as we move into the age of Aquarius is asking us to tap into our true way of being, our individual, unique way. And what do you need in order to do that? You need your will. You need your will. You need your power. You need your commitment to yourself. You need your authority, because you are the authority in your reality around how you want to organize and govern your system so that you can be in integrity with yourself. Hold on one second. I need to close the door again. It opened up. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. It's cold and it's loud. So, this energy of Mars is at the 21st degree. Now, Mars is going to be in a conjunction with Venus until March. This is a very rare thing. Oh my God. And Venus and Mercury have been in retrograde in Capricorn and into Aquarius. And so, what with Venus is our emotions, it's our value, it's how we feel about ourselves, it's how we make money, it's our reciprocity, it's the cause, it's reciprocity, like, what you give, you get back, which is not like karma, but it is similar. And Venus is, it's how you restore yourself. Let's say it that way. It's how you restore yourself. And so the thing that's significant about Mars and Venus being in a conjunction at the same degree, 21 degree today, that's the degree of harmony. And so what we're doing is harmonizing our own individuality. Like all of these energies are coming back. All of these ways that we sourced our authority outside of us, those systems are breaking down. The energy has to come back to itself. It has to come back to the original owner of it. And so what we have to do is harmonize with it. We have to really begin to see how do we function now that you have this power or authority. How do you function? So what's going on is our relationship structures are changing, right? Like I notice inside of myself, I'm in a real deep question about how I relate. What's my love style? How do I want to function in relationship with friends? How do I want to function in business? How do I like all of the how do I want to function in my connections to others? All of those things are up for me right now to consider. And the tendency that we have is to blame others, to make, they're doing this, they're doing that, that's going on. And that's not what's really happening at all. What's happening is the structures are breaking down. So the things that we used to do, the ways that we used to rely on external people to make us feel good or to make us feel bad or to make us money or to, all of those things are beginning to come undone, and you're having to reassess where you are with yourself. Where are you with yourself? Where are you with your own power? Where are you with your own creations? And the biggest thing that I know for myself is that I have in the last few years really become a bona fide business owner. And this is not something that I was ever doing. I used to work for somebody. I used to make my money, spending 10 hours a day at somebody's office and doing the things that made somebody else wealthy. But now I'm doing the things that work for me. And I've had to really get clear about who I am, what I'm good at, what I'm made to do, how I can serve, right? And then as we begin to unravel the old ways of being, our relationships with our families, our relationship with loved ones, the way that we have experienced codependence, all of that stuff, all those energies then have to go somewhere else. They have to be reoriented in a new direction, in a new way. And so, with Mars and Venus in conjunction with one another, how do we harmonize our inner world and our external world? It's as simple as that, right? How do you literally come into understanding that your internal world is creating your external world first and foremost, right? So, the stories that you tell about yourself, the stories that you tell about other people, the stories that you believe about the government and the system and all that sort of stuff. How has that impacted you, the way you told the story, and then how can you tell it in a new way? So we are in this experience, which is, the experience of Black History Month is what they call it. We are on, what day are we now? Today is the 22nd. So we're at the 22nd day, and we are working with the Mars energy. And the thing that's really significant when I think about Mars energy in relationship to what it means to be a person in a Black body, right? A Black person in this human experience, in this American experience. As we came here from the coast of Africa, or from various regions in Africa, actually, we did not have power over our own will. We didn't have domination over ourselves. Other people owned our energy. They told us what to do, when to sleep, what to eat, what to wear. They told us who to marry, what we could do, what to read. All of that is your will. If you go to get food, that is your will. If you go to eat, like that is your will. The things that you desire, that is your will. So we didn't have power over our own will when we were in this country as captives. And so many of us, because of epigenetics and because of how we hold generations of trauma in our body, many of us still don't have dominion over our own will. We still are, like as women, I know people who can't be happy if they don't have a love relationship. That means that they are not having dominion over their will. who can't be happy if they don't have a certain amount of money or certain, like those kinds of things. That's about giving your power to something external outside of you. Those of us who need leaders or people to tell us what to do, they often say, like I've heard many people say, most people follow the crowd. Most people are not willing to trust themselves. Most people need leaders. Now, as we move into the age of Aquarius, this is no longer true. This is why I do the work that I do, to teach us how to source our energy from within ourselves, to teach us how to source our power from within ourselves, so that we really can become sovereign in our own functioning in our life, understanding that the choice I'm making is the one that I desire to make. I'm not making it because somebody says I should. I'm not doing this because my mother did it or my grandmother did it or this, my friends or, they think this is what everybody's into. Literally understanding how you are functioning based upon your own internal impulses, what moves you, what does not move you, what aligns you, what takes you out of alignment, and understanding that you are the chooser and the creator of that. And you always have been, even if you were giving that power to another. You gave that power to another, whether the choice was conscious or unconscious, it was still a choice and you did it, right? And so now, how do we bring our power back to us? So today, while the moon is in Scorpio, the sun is in Pisces. Scorpio energy is about our shadow. It is about the shadow is about our sexuality. It is about the lineage. It is about the things that we have inherited from our families, the behaviors. And many of us come from families that have addiction and all sorts of patterns that bring up shame and things like that, like shame and guilt and all that sort of stuff. For those of us who carry a lot of shame and guilt for not adhering to things or being yourself and feeling guilty for the choices you make or feeling like you have to take care of other people, you have to give your resources to other people, you have to take care of your family, all of that is scorpionic stuff. And the sun in Pisces is the subconscious. So today is really a day that you want to spend time asking, what is it that I really deeply love? What is it that I really profoundly care about? What is my truth in this way? If nobody was around, if everybody I loved was dead, this is a question that I play with often. If everyone that I loved was dead, what choice would I make? What would I be doing if everyone that I loved was dead and I didn't have anyone in my mind thinking, oh, if I do this, they're going to feel that. If I do this, this is going to happen. If everybody you loved was dead and you didn't owe anybody anything and you didn't know anybody, what would you do? What would you want? What would you desire? Many of us don't even, we have not even given ourselves permission to consider who we truly are in our own uniqueness without the thought of another fucking human being. Because when we are attaching ourselves to others, we are not being true to ourselves. And we do it in the subtlest of ways. And so today, ask yourself, what would I really, really, really love? What would actually really make me feel good? And I bet you won't have an answer, not initially. But if you stay with the question, what do I really love? If this person, think of somebody that you really, really, really are attached to and connected to, and say, if this person was no longer in my life and I didn't have to consider them, what would I be doing? What would I be doing? How would I be thinking? Where would I be in the world, right? And just not the reason we do this is just so that we can source our own energy. You just need to source your own energy and feel yourself, who you are, separate and apart from anyone else. Like if you have a handful of coins and you say, here, I'm going to put the pennies here in this stack and the nickels here in this stack and the quarters in this. This is how you want to divide your energy from everyone else. so that you can get clear about who you are and what you would be doing. Because many of us are currently doing things that have nothing to do with who we are and what we truly desire, and everything to do with everybody else. So sit down today on this 22nd day of February on 2022, the whatever 22222 portal, this powerful Plutonian energy, which is about power. It truly is about power. And many of us, because we have seen power misused and abused and done in ways that doesn't feel good, we reject our own power. But power is a part of being a human being. You have power no matter what. And if you don't learn how to use it, it gets used by someone else. It gets used by the system. If you don't take responsibility for your energy and yourself, someone else will. So you have to ask yourself the question so that you can understand. So tomorrow begins the next moon cycle. I have about 10 more spaces. We're going to be working on the new moon in Pisces, the full moon in Virgo. What you will get in this experience, you will be in a private group that is my own personal community. I have a bigger community, but this is the moon community. We will work together with the rituals. The woman who assists me, her name is Nicole. She's beautiful and kind and creative, and so we are there together with all of you, offering you the rituals on a daily basis according to where the moon is, so that you can begin to source your power. This month is the month where the Pisces new moon is coming in, and it's going to be conjunct Jupiter, which is amazing. The sun and the moon and Jupiter all in the same space in Pisces. The new moon is where we come into the creative, fertile energy. And so Pisces is about your imagination. It's about your subconscious. It's about the stuff that's deep inside of you that you probably won't even give yourself permission to desire. You won't even give yourself permission to want it, because the thought of it is like, there's no way. But this is how we come into growing our power and energy, and we can bring those impossible things into reality. There was a time when I would have never thought that I would be a business owner, that I would be able to make a living, literally making a living. All the money that I make comes from the work that I do. And I've done it in a way that is so much in integrity with my own passion, with my gifts, and with what I believe to be true about the world. And that is what I mean when I say the universe will honor whatever it is you want. You just have to have the courage to create the frequency that allows yourself to live into it. You have to be consistent enough so the universe finally says, okay, they're over there sending out a signal. Let's go give them what they need. But you have to literally create consistency. So the moon work is a place where we can build the consistency day in and day out with the rituals aligned with the cosmos that will allow the reality that only you can create to be birthed. And so I encourage you to join. You can join in my link tree. You go to the where it's follow the sun, and you go for 13 moons. It's $111 a month. It's a subscription. You can leave when you want. You can stay if you want. But every month we are working with the energies of the new and full moon, and that changes every month. And so every month there is a new place for you to build your psyche, build your power, so that you can, when the time is right, when the season is perfect, you can begin to sprout the reality that only you can access, that only you can bring into this reality, because you are here for something. You came here to do something. So thank you all very much. I thank you for your patience. I came in later today. Like I said, my mornings have changed, so I'm not sure what my schedule is going to be like, but I am very blessed always to be able to be of service to you all. I love you all very much. Thank you for joining the moon work. And the next cycle starts tomorrow. We're going to have a really great time. Also, on Saturday, Ma Mosley and I are going to be doing our first workshop And this workshop is about your relationship to your primary self, really building the relationship that you have to your primary self so that you can be strong within yourself and understand the dynamics that are going on in your life. I don't have, it's not up in my link tree yet, but I will put that there. I'll put a flyer up. So there are a lot of things coming right now because spring is coming. So I'm going to be having a lot of offerings. So see what works for you and see what doesn't. It's all good. Whatever feels good is, I have many things that people can benefit from. And like I said, we're in a time of healing right now. We're in a time of deep transformation, especially those of us in Black bodies, because we hold the seeds of creation inside of us because of the melanin. So it is very important that we begin to do the work to take our power back, to gain our authority and power back so that we can begin to create the world that actually serves all humans and not just the few. Peace and blessings, everyone. I love you guys very much. Bye-bye.